All right, guys. About to make some of this dog food, aka pooch porridge. Really good way to get your dogs healthy. So in this pot right here, in that pot right there, I have some instant corn maize flour boiling at a low temperature. I believe if I'm not mistaken, I can't really remember at this point, but it's about 8 cups of this. I think I've put 8 cups in there, which is a lot. I put 8 cups of this flour in this container. Next thing I'm about to add is this peanut butter. I'm about to add a pound of it, 16 ounces. Now, this peanut butter, actually I added, there it goes. 1 pound, it's 0.97, almost a pound. I added a pound of this peanut butter. What this peanut butter is going to do is it's going to add some calories, some protein, and it also gives a consistency of like fat. So if you know anything about the anatomy of the human body or the body of a dog or anything, the tongue has a special way that it perceives the fat. So this is coming in with a nice fat texture, which is going to make the dogs really pleased and pleasant to want to eat this. Let's see, ingredients. We got peanuts, sugar, oil, or grapeseed or cottonseed oil. So that's in there. That's going to be about 300 grams of protein was in that peanut butter. In the corn flour, I believe we just put about 60 grams. So we about at 300 we about at, let's just call it 400 grams of protein right now. We have 400 grams of protein. Next, I have our calf milk replacer. Now we're going to get into the proteins. Now, the protein that's in the milk, you got whey protein in here. Let me put some milk water in here. You got whey protein in here. You got soy protein in here. And you got animal fat in here. The whey protein and the milk protein, you also got you also should have milk protein in here with wheat. You got casein and whey protein. Casein is a protein found in milk. That is the number one digestible protein of all proteins. Let's just say we have a number or a scale. You can look it up. Casein is a 1.4 on the breakdown chart. Whey protein is like a 1.3 on the breakdown chart. This is plant-based. This is plant-based protein in the peanut butter. So its biological breakdown is like I think it's 0.60. Let's call it 0.60. So you got 0.60 with the protein in there, and then this milk is going to give you the 1.3, which is a really high rating. I got to scoop this out of here. I need something to scoop it out with. All right, so I'm supposed to be putting 12 ounces of this in there. How much is this? This is 4 ounces.
That's a full cup. This is 1 cup is 8 ounces. 1 cup, 8 ounces. 1 cup, 8 ounces.
All right, well, I guess this is 8 ounces. It's a pretty big cup, actually. So, boom, that's 8.5 cups. So 4. Let's get that. You know what? We're gonna make it 8. We're gonna make it 2 cups of that flour. Now, that's our milk. What that does is that just gives us a really high protein. Now, at this point, we're gonna turn this off because this is Scissors instant corn made. So I'm sure this flour is already basically cooked. At this point,
Put it in before you do that.
all right, that's the milk. Add that protein in there with the milk flour. At this point, I can't really give you numbers because I was trying to get all the numbers down and get everything correct. But at this point, it's just a rush job. I'm going straight in. I'm going to figure it all out at some point and write all the numbers down. But just know that a dog needs 1 gram of protein per pound. Probably what we're going for is we're probably going 3 because they're going to get chicken. They get meat each day. I've already explained this in other videos. So they already get that meat. So that was 2 cups of milk, basically. A lot of milk. Next, we have eggs. Eggs are the number 2 most biological, you know what I'm saying, digestible protein or biologically nutrient protein. It's a 1.3 on the scale. So you got the 1.4, you got the 1.3. So now you got different profiles. And then you're going down to the plant protein. When it comes to the meat, which is the number 1 thing we give, they're going to get their protein from meat. Meat is only a 0.94 to 0.97. What does that mean? That means that we are probably giving our dogs way too much meat. People that's doing the raw diet, you're giving them way too much meat. 1, what you're doing, you're wasting money. 2, what you're doing is you're not realizing you're not covering the whole spectrum and the whole scale of what these dogs need to eat. Now, right now, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm gonna put 10 eggs in here, just short of a dozen. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. And I can't feed my dogs that. That's too expensive. Well, you could be right or you could be wrong. When it comes to what we're doing, we're just giving them a great flavor profile, a great amount of different levels of protein when it comes to plant. Because you got the 2 forms of plant protein. You got the corn maize flour, which is corn, which is maize, which is flour. Then you got your plant-based protein, your peas, your legumes, pea protein in here, 300 grams. And then you got your egg protein. And then you also have your milk protein. Now, to be 100% honest with you, you could use any one of these as your, protein sources as your main protein source for your mixture. You don't need to add all the stuff that we're adding. Now I'm just gonna mix this up. Now I'm gonna mix this up, y'all. It's a little watery because it's a real rush, kind of a rush thing. It's, I didn't have enough time. It's my first day off. I didn't have enough time to really do what I wanted to do with this. But in reality, it's a 2-day thing. And what you can do is make this in different ways. I got another way that I'm going to make this that I'm probably going to show y'all later on how to meal prep it. But it's a lot of water in this right here. And it could be good or bad, really, because the good thing is, they'll be hydrated, but maybe it's more digestible with less water, or more, they'll get more out of it. But what I know is we don't get any diarrhea from this. We don't get any bad stool. We just get dogs. And this is pretty cool, so I can just give this right to them right now. It's early in the morning, y'all. It's like almost 7 o'clock. I got dogs crying and squirming for this food right now. Look, patiently waiting. Sad. They doing every method they can. I got dogs howling. I got dogs giving you. If I go downstairs with this pot, they're going to start barking and howling. They're going to go crazy. And when you put it down, all you hear is. That's all you're going to hear. Look. He's a little more mature than the rest. But the other ones, they go nuts for this, y'all. Stay tuned.